Hello, audience, and welcome back to the SRL for a clash of one of the new teams in the SRL and one of the established greater teams to have graced the competition. It's Liam Rogers here, and I'm in the box with Lachlan Martin. How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad, Liam. Thanks for having me. It looks like an absolute cracker of a game here. The controllerless Sharks had an up and down start to the season. Probably not a great performance last week, but the week before they did have a good win over the Storm. And the Raiders got out of trouble last week against the Knights off the back of what was the crazy first round performance against Jack O'Neill and Neil Evans. Well, look how good they could play. This game could go either way, Liam. It's looking to be a very exciting match between these two great teams.
I couldn't agree more, Lachlan. I think that some of the strike that the Sharks have from out the back, I don't think they've shown what they're capable of early this season, especially NBT, Hone King, Michael Crimp. I think they've got such a solid base there for them to be able to perform, and we just haven't seen it yet. As for the Raiders, I think that they're a team that's absolutely been lights out from the jump. As we see this kickoff, as it goes down, Thompson gets it away to Lewis. He's driven back on the first tackle there. Yeah, it's a fantastic start for the Sharks there to win that one. So they go for another one. O'Neill decides to take a run. A bit unorthodox, but gets the job done, and he moves forward. As we see James choosing to go over to his half now, and we get another run from Luch Thompson there. I've got to say, it's a bit surprising what they're doing as they attack the edge. The inside ball to Eli Barnes, but he's dealt with very well from the Sharks' left edge. Yeah, that's one thing you want to contain all game. And we go back. It looks like the early kick here from Thompson. We know he can bang them. As he looks, it's hit the corner. Oh, what a save, Lachlan. What do you make of that opening set?
Yeah, it was a really good set there by the Canberra Raiders. I thought that they did really good stuff. They started, winning tackles towards later in the set. And a good kick there by Thompson. Unfortunately, didn't just pulled up there, but great save by what was NBT as the Sharks now have the ball as they get over to 40.
I agree, and they're starting to get themselves into some decent position here as they go from Usher over to MBT, who manages to step one but doesn't quite fully break away. We're at fourth tackle here, just getting past the halfway line. It goes to their marquee signing, Luke Marcus, who doesn't do too much with it. And we're looking towards the end of the set. What can their halves come up with? It goes to Tyre with the kick straight into the corner, and it should box the winger in there. Yep. Absolutely outstanding tackle from the left centre there, and Angie Slugger is left with nowhere to go.
Yeah, look, a good tackle there and a good set by the Cronulla Shark, kicking into the corner there. And while the Canberra Raiders at the moment, both teams sort of showing their back. They're stuck in the corner once again. The Sharks seem to be slightly winning the field position battle at the moment, but that's only barely. That's a good run there by Ruben Mobbs. Nearly, but a good cover tackle there by Luke Marcus.
It's an outstanding tackle, actually. He put him straight on his back in a situation where you wouldn't expect him to. Thompson comes knocking for the second time, and he strikes it very well, but once again, it's just dealt with perfectly by MBT. His coverage work's been exceptional today. As we make through the opening hit-ups of the set, it goes from Crimp to Kalsikow, who drives forward. So we're waiting back for the next set. He's a bit slow to that play of the ball, but we get Delaney, inside ball to Malchus. Dealt with very well by the Canberra defence, but he still gets some post-contact meters for his troubles. Goes back to Delaney, to Sinclair, pushes forward, and he grabs himself over the halfway line there. They've been doing a good job in getting into good positions, the Sharks, as they go inside to NBT, who just gets caught again. It just seems like he can't manage to get through. He gets a good step, but doesn't finish the job. Tyre kicks to the corners, and it lands with Morrison, who manages to step one, but he doesn't get cast the back there. So, Lachlan, something I'm noticing a lot there is that the Sharks, they don't have much dynamite in their sets. They're just kind of working their way up the field.
Yeah, it's been a very calm start from both teams, to be completely honest. Just working through the forwards, getting the forwards to do some work early, some backs taking some good catches. Just making sure they get through their sets at the moment. I'm liking the start from both teams. I can tell this game is already going to be a great game. Both teams not showing many signs. I'm not even know if we've even seen a full line break yet this game. We may have seen just one, but that's, very unusual for an SRL game. And so far, both these teams are defending well. There's another great tackle there by what was Luke Marcus.
Yeah, agree completely. Honestly, I think that Ruben Mobbs has been a star performer so far with his line break earlier in the game. As it goes back to Hone King, who steps, he gets past. Oh, that ankle tap there. That is absolutely outstanding work from Eli Barnes. That's why he gets paid the big bucks there. As Slattery takes it on first tackle. Second tackle here, and the Sharks are already looking at crossing that halfway mark. I've got to say, I think that their captain, Sonny Ty, is going to be very happy with their efforts here. As we go back, they run again. They've got that block shape out to the left, but they don't do anything with it. They just keep Kalsakau moving them forward. As it goes to Delaney, who gets some early ball to the centre, Logan Seymour, but he just gets driven back. They're not offering much threat here, the Sharks. I think that we're very much witnessing some aerial ping pong with the kickers. As it goes down to Angie Slugger, who once again gets taken without a step. What do you think it's going to take for one of these teams to break through, Lachlan?
Yeah, look, both these teams, it's a very, very calm start. This is one of the calmest starts I've seen for a while in the SRL, to be completely honest. No errors yet, no real full breaks. We've seen a couple half breaks. Probably one maybe slight break where Eli Barnes had a, sort of ankle tap there, but I don't know if there's any real space or plays have been in massive space yet. In the opening 10 minutes, both these teams are just playing their hard at the moment. It's good stuff to see. There we go. That's a good break there by Garsha.
Yeah, well, I've got to say, it's a bit of an unlikely candidate. I wouldn't have picked Garcia to make the first clean break of the game, but here we are as it goes to Thompson, who kicks crossfield. Bit of an interesting strategy there to go to the danger man as Hone King gets past one, just carries it back to the 30. I think that he's been having some absolutely fantastic carries this game as we see it go back to Sonny Tyre. Now, something that really interests me in this game is if this is going to continue being the kind of aerial ping pong that it is so far, is that I think that it brings whichever team has the better kickers into play. And off the back of how Jack O'Neill has been kicking lately, I think that could work in the Raiders' favour. But ideally, you'd hope that someone puts their hand up and says it's my time to get the game cracked open, as we see Sinclair pushing it over to the 40.
Yeah, something else to point out
for another kick here. What do they set up?
Yeah, something else to point out about obviously having good kicking is often it doesn't necessarily matter how good kicking. It more depends on how sort of good your defenders are defending the kick returns, because you know how dangerous kick returns can be, and Jack O'Neill and Luke Thompson can kick all day, but if Hone King and the NBT and I keep breaking the line like they are on the kick returns, then it sort of makes it so that their kicks aren't really as good as they can be. The Raiders have to make sure to defend on those kick returns.
Could not agree more, Lachlan. I think that's something that we see with some teams definitely emphasising the kick chase, because you know the saying, obviously, a kick's only as good as its chase. And when it comes to how increasingly dangerous a lot of the wingers are getting, I think we're seeing some centres being used specifically just as defensive players. As we see it go back to Crimp, one of those players who was once one of those key kick return threats in the league, but he hasn't quite shown his full capabilities for a while there. As we see Malchus get to Sinclair. I think we're seeing Malchus do a lot of ball playing this game. He's not quite taking it up the way he usually does. Crimp getting caught on the 40. We haven't seen any early kicks from Cronulla like we have with the Raiders. As it goes back to Kalsakau for another carry. Doesn't manage to break through, but he finds his front for a decent play of the ball. They made a bit of a meal of that there, but Remy managed to hang on. As we reach fifth, the quickish play the ball, and it gets back to Delaney, who manages to put it in a pretty good position. But Morrison, he's dangerous, Morrison. Dispatched with a plum. What an absolute magnificent tackle there. What do you think of that set, Lachlan?
Yeah, another good set by the Sharks, and again, both teams are just going back and forth. We're 16 minutes in, and no team has been on either side of the field attacking-wise, really. I don't know if either team has actually even played the ball inside the opponent's 30 yet. As Barnes, that's a good run. That might finally get them up towards it, but again, it's only up towards the 40, and again, he's wrapped up there by MBT.
Yeah, we're finally seeing some attacking football here after that run from Barnes. I think that's going to be the small play that kind of creates the butterfly effect for the rest of the game. As we see it go back to Jack O'Neill, who puts the kick in. Lands it pretty much exactly where you want, but Crimp, he's through. Can he do much with it? No, he gets driven back in a fairly dominant tackle there from the cover defender. No. MBT, he's away. He's away. Can he get there? It looks like he can, and he's gone. Goodbye. Nayana Broughton-Thompson scores the opening try out of the game. Absolutely nowhere. We're talking about players to put their hands up and seize the game for their own, and he's gone ahead and absolutely done it. What do you think of that one, Lachlan? Wasn't that some box office entertainment?
Yeah, look, I thought it was absolutely incredible there by NBT. It was off the back of a quick playable from Michael Crimp, who had a quick play the ball out of the dummy half. The centre passed it on to NBT, and with his footwork just got straight through. And Barnes, he was stuck offside, wasn't able to get involved. And unfortunately, NBT, I'd say he's probably up there with the fastest players in the comp, if not is the fastest player in the comp. Get him in any sort of space, and you'll be hard-pressed to stop him. And he just raced away there, and goodbye. NBT takes the lead for the Sharks. We haven't seen any real attacking footy inside the halves. But when you have players like the Sharks do, like the Raiders do, they can attack from about 80 out or 60 out like they did just there.
That's exactly it. And honestly, I think it was quite promising to see that after all of the kind of tit for tat from the Sharks forwards and the carries they were taking, that we finally saw someone decide that they were going to make that line break from the outside backs. I think Broughton-Thompson's going to be key for them, not just getting in that lead, but also defending it, because some of his defensive efforts on Eli Barnes have been absolutely class as well. As we see, out of nowhere. Jeez. What a read by Angie Slugger.
Yeah, but Rookie had a great game
fantastic.
last week. And, well, just there, right, that was a great read there, and he's kicking off where he left off, and that's the first error of the game. Let's see if the Raiders can use it.
That's Stephen Crichton out there. That was something else, as we see Allen get it. They're looking to get themselves back in this game pretty quickly here as he goes to O'Neill, who delivers a pretty good pass to Flynn, but I think that the cover defense there was just too good, driving them back, and we'll see how they defend with a kick here as we see some subs come on. Kick's put in an okay position, but that's how you like it. Michael Crimp taking it with just absolute confidence.
Yeah, obviously not the end of the set the Raiders probably would have liked, but now that they're inside the 20, they've got to defend here. Keep the Sharks in this sort of area, and as they make another error now, the Sharks a bit panicking after their first one, it seems, and now the Raiders go straight back on the attack.
Yeah, it's probably the two worst imaginable sets you could have had to back up off the spectacular try they did. It makes you wonder what happened to the balanced game that we had a few minutes ago. We might need some video ref here. I'm not 100% sure if he's gotten that down. It all happened very quickly. The ref thinks it's good as it goes through. That's hard to tell there, Lachlan. Do you think he's retained possession of that?
I think he might have dropped it short of the line. Not even short of the line, over the line there. Drew Matthews, the rookie, getting under there, jarring the ball out. And it's a no try. And the Raiders have had good ball there. Ruben Robinson has been very good, but a desperate play there sees the Raiders Steve Sharks keep their lead.
Yeah, fantastic hit up from Josh King there to get the set started. Something we've noted the Raiders for not just one, but many seasons now has been just how clinical they are in the regular season. So it's a bit of a shock to see them not converting in opportunities like that. As you see Hone King, he manages to get some meters. We've got Eli Barnes tied up around marker there, so it'll be interesting to see if they shift the ball wide, which they don't. They play down the short side to Sonny Tyre. I'm not entirely sure what the captain was doing there. It goes to Marcus, and they shift it back to King, who takes his second carry of the set. Definitely putting in some good work there. So he gets a fifth tackle. They go back to the right to Sonny Tyre, who puts in a bit of a chip kick to Morrison, who's away, but he's not away for very long. I really thought they could have summed that set up better on the fifth tackle there.
Yeah, I agree. I think it could have been a little bit of a deeper kick. Maybe even a bomb would have been nice there. So just put Morrison under pressure. We know he's not the best winger under the high ball, but a little bit of chip kick like that isn't going to do it for me for Sonny Tyre. They need to be better. This Raiders team is absolutely brilliant. We know they know how to win big games with the likes of Eli Barnes, Tim James, both being dual premiership winners. They know how to win big games, and, you know, they showed it last week when they came up with something. The Sharks have the lead now, but they cannot give this Raiders team any sort of taste.
Agree completely, as we see Broughton-Thompson running the ball back with some intensity there and just getting it over the 20-meter line. I think I've been most impressed with the Sharks' defense off the back of their errors so far because they've had some absolutely shocking plays, just clangers of the highest order, and they've managed to come back and still haven't conceded a try yet. Whether it's due to the Raiders' own mistakes or whether it's them taking the ball in the air, like on the Michael Crimp take, they're managing to absorb the pressure pretty well here. So it'll be interesting to see if it takes a toll on them later in the match or if they can use this momentum to put some more points on the board.
Yeah, look, it's going to be interesting to see, Liam, with obviously the Raiders sort of just, pushing forward at the moment. But it's still a barely even field position battle and hold. But that's a great kick there. Great tackle on Angie Slugger. And the Sharks, once again, starting to win this field position battle.
Yeah, no, well, I think Jordan Lewis will definitely be expecting more from Angie Slugger there, and in a few of his other kick returns. He had a really good intercept earlier in the game, which looks like it could have changed momentum, but they didn't capitalise. Hopefully they'll be able to figure something out. Oh, as they get... What happened there?
Yeah, I think the ball might have been passed into a hand of a Cronulla defender, and it sort of hit the ground, and Raiders picked it up, or Justice Daly, to be specifically, picked it up, ran some good meters there, and now the Raiders have enough field position, but they've got to capitalise with this one.
So we see Mobbs with another line break. I've been liking his performances so far on that right second row position. He's been making a few breaks as it goes to O'Neill to Allen. Just using his options, trying to get those defenders compressed in the middle there. As we go back to the inside to Daly, who pushes, but he doesn't... I'm not sure if he got over there. The ref seems to think there's a chance. In fact, the ref thinks that he's done it. I'm not sure if I can agree with that based on what we're seeing. Yeah, the video ref doesn't seem to agree, which makes perfect sense. Let's get towards the end of the set here to Flynn. We know how dangerous he can be when he gets some open space, but he's taken pretty fairly there. When we get back, fifth tackle here. Laval, what can he do? Not the first choice kicker, but he was there for it. And it goes to Hone King, who manages to take it pretty safely, but he's driven back to his in goal, and I think that's a bit of a win for the Raiders.
Yeah, I would agree, man. Look, the Raiders have to start coming up with points soon. Sharks, I'm really happy with how the defense go. I know last week the defense was below average with conceding 36 points to the Rabbitohs, but this week, with the likes of Jack and Eli Barnes there, their defense has really impressed me so far. Still early days, they're only 6 points in front, but so far they've definitely shown that they can, improve on what was a disappointing performance last week.
Yeah, no, agree completely. And honestly, I think that it's been a really low-scoring game, and I wonder how long this track's on for. I think as we go to Garcia, who shifts it wide to O'Neill, who seems to run a bit forward, there's been a bit of a strategic adjustment there for Canberra, and I think since the subs have got on, the game seems like it's swinging just a bit more the Raiders' way in terms of the forwards. Not sure how long that's going to continue, though, as we see the pass there. A bit of a flat one, but Caval powers nonetheless. And he might have pushed forward there. I think he's gotten that. Oh. No, is he held up, Lachlan?
They've just caught him held up, and O'Neill's panicked there, taking the tackle. Not sure what's happening there, and the Raiders said it's fallen apart. I thought that was at least deserved a check, and not sure exactly what's happened there, but I thought that at least deserved a check from the bunker, but not even that. And now the Sharks get a penalty, and the Raiders said it's just collapsed right in front of them.
As here we go. That's just got to be the ultimate pressure reliever there for them, doesn't it? I've got to say, out of all the ways for them to kind of end the back of what they had with that set, that's probably the worst imaginable way. They've given away the penalty. They've failed to capitalise down in the attacking end. Because we're 32 minutes into this game and only one try has been scored, which is just bizarre for what's happened this season. Is Sonny Tyre makes a break. Get to the third tackle now as Tyre plays the ball. He goes down to Matthews, who goes on the short side to Usher, who comes back to MBT, but he's taken fairly well there by the Canberra Raiders defence. Goes back to Matthews now to Tyre, to Slattery, who he manages to find a way to push forward, but the Raiders' third man in gets him on his back. We'll have to see which direction they go with. They go to Delaney. They play back out to Tyre. It might just be a fraction too deep, but it's hit back and it goes to Broughton Thompson for a double. Oh, tell you what an outstanding performance there to get that in the first half, especially with 7 minutes to go, Lachlan.
Yeah, good stuff there by the Cronulla Sharks there. Just another beautiful set after they have had so much pressure on them. I'd like to see what the stats are between tackles inside the Raiders 20 and the Sharks 20, because it feels like the Raiders have so much ball down their end, but the Sharks are now up, going to be 10-0, about to be 12-0 in a second, and they've just played so much better when they've had the ball, taken opportunities, and MBT has been absolutely outstanding today too, taking any opportunity that's come his way. Well done to MBT.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. And we spoke about it in the pre-game show when we were talking about with NBT how he kind of needs to grab this game by the horns and he needs to say, rightio, well, I'm the fullback here. I've been brought here to be one of the comp's top fullbacks. That's the faith that Sonny's shown in me, so now I need to play like it. And he's definitely done that so far in his first half. I think a real telltale sign for the rest of the game, for me, is going to be how the Sharks bounce back after this set. If they can get a solid kick down there, down the throat of Angie Slugger and chase it hard like they have this game, I think that puts them in a really good position for the rest of the game, especially when we get to halftime.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I think if the Sharks just keep doing what they're doing, they're on their well way to improving what was a disappointing performance last week. The Raiders, they started similar last week, but Knights were well on top of them. It was just those last 20 minutes where they took the game by the scruff of the neck and really put the pressure on the Knights. I can see them definitely doing the same here, but I've got to make it quick because this Sharks team has just been so good. That's a good tackle down the sideline, and the Raiders will get the ball back.
Oh, it's a bit ugly there. I'm not sure if that pass needed to go to Hone King. I think it goes up to Allen, who moves it forward. Doesn't quite get through there. As we see it to O'Neill, who shifts it out wide to Barnes, who manages to break through. He takes it straight up through the middle, but he gets brought down by a pretty dominant Sharks tackle. As we're approaching the end of this first half, it goes to Tim James, to Thompson, who throws it. It deflects a bit, and it goes to O'Neill. That's another 6 tackles for the men in green. I'm not sure if I agree with how that was officiated, Lachlan.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree. If Caval wants to try, he's been scoring a couple of tries recently, and it looks to take one there.
I think he's got that. And the referee seems to think so too. They've been pretty wrong. But, yeah, geez.
Unfortunate for him.
Goes there.
The number 14 for the Cronulla Sharks appears to be a little bit transparent there as Caval just fades for him. But a great try there for the Raiders. They needed that one. And this game is not over by a long shot. Despite the Sharks going into break with the lead, this game is definitely taking another turn. And it all goes back to that Jack O'Neill little break there. I think what happened is it may have came off. A player may have gone from the intercept and it just touched their fingers on the way through. But it's going to be something for the match review committee to look at because that was definitely an interesting call there by the ref.
Yeah, no, it was a bit weird, but nevertheless they've done it. So I think that it's just going to be how the rest of this game tracks, because being able to get that about a few minutes before the half-time break is going to be absolutely game-changing for them. As Sonny Tyre gets us ready for kickoff.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more there, Liam. I think, obviously, if the Raiders now go into that break with just that try, they didn't want to go in there with the donut. They've now got the first try, 12 points to 6. They'll be looking to regroup heading into the break as Tim James darts out dummy half there.
So it gets to James. He doesn't quite get too much done with that run as it goes out to Caval. Throws the short ball to Allen, who's been getting through a lot of work this half. Gets to play the ball, one marker offside, and they get out to Mobs. Throws the inside ball to Barnes, who breaks through, but he's just taken down. They manage to get him on their back, and they hold on a bit for good measure as well, as we did see the referees are considering cracking down on this, and then it goes to Allen again. I'm not sure if he was the intended recipient there, but nonetheless, he takes it through, and we get to 5th tackle. Could it be one of the last plays in the halves? It goes to O'Neill, who manages to kick it pretty deep, but Hone King somehow manages to get back as he steps one. He nearly breaks through another, but he just doesn't quite get it done. Last play here for the Sharks as we go down to Matthews, to Tyre, to Slattery, who's content with driving it forward, and that ends the first half. Welcome back to the SRL here on SRL TV, as we see a tight, low-scoring game so far, made interesting by the more recent Canberra try there, as we see Canberra kicking off to the Sharks now. It's getting pretty dark and stormy out there. It'll be interesting to see how these players deal with the conditions, especially some of the younger players on the Sharks team. Lachlan, what do you think needs to happen this second half for each of these teams to get the win?
Yeah, obviously the Raiders. Some disappointing first half performances from some of their players. You know, Jackie Northwood had a decent running game. Rear Mobs was probably my standard, but Eli Barnes, considering what we used to, only ran for 80 meters in that first half, which is below his average there, but calf to cow. That's a good run there. Setting up the Sharks, throwing the ball a little bit more around when we saw them to start that first half, obviously. Pretty interesting to see if this second half, goes into that similar pattern we saw in the first half, or if, you know, one team sort of takes this game by hold, because at the moment both teams are showing some great form in different areas of their game, but also have plenty of room for improvement.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. And I think as we see the Sharks kicking here, gets to Delaney, they kick to Morrison, who manages to break free there. Apologies for my tiredness. Half time was a bit of a stretch, but as we get through here, we see the pass going wide open as it goes to Lewis, who takes it up the middle. Managed to see a marker just leaving there open, but they decide to take the conservative option with Allen, who he can't make it over the halfway mark there. They're strangely particular about that, the Sharks, and it goes down. Black taking it up. He gets onto the field and takes a very strong carry there. Then they go wide again to Allen, who breaks through some space. He's open. He gets the pass away, but it's head-butted backwards, Lachlan. Have we seen that before?
Not sure I could say I've seen that one before. But a smart play there from I think it was the Canelo winger, Michael Crimp, that did it. Might have even been Hone King. Apologies, whichever one it was. They sort of just headbutt the ball backwards, and they got on now a penalty. This is going to be good for the Sharks. They're going to make use of this one.
Yeah, well, it's said that Sonny Tyre told his team that they needed to pull their heads in, and they've done so quite literally. As we see him make the kick here, gets it into touch about 20 meters away, and they start their set 40 meters away from where they need to be. I got to say, that's a pretty promising start. Oh, the first hit up from Malkus, he's not given much to work with. He goes to Wehrman. Wehrman takes a very strong carry. Still put his back. It goes back to Delaney. It goes to Seymour. If anyone on the bench could hand me a cup of coffee, I'd absolutely love it. We see another play the ball to Matthews, to Delaney, who chucks it inside for Farah, who takes a very good carry there. He finds his front. That's pretty much exactly what they needed. So they go back through to Delaney, who gets it out to Wehrman for another carry this set. Another strong one too as he finds his front. The fifth tackle, who are they going to lean on? They're going to go to Tyre, who puts the kick in. Looking dangerous, but it just goes to Riley Flynn, who gets away once and twice, and he's just caught there. Jeez, that's an escape and a half from Riley Flynn. Talk about some X-Factor, Lockie.
You know, it was great stuff there from Riley Flynn. Just picked up the ball, and I thought he was going to be put into the in goal, but instead he just works with it and just gets on his bike and starts running. They're lucky the Sharks had Hone King out there, because otherwise that could have been a full distance draw, which would have been a massive turning point in this game. But the Raiders now on the attack here after conceding a couple, meters there. But now we'll have to see what happens as that's a good run from Berkeley.
That's excellent there, and we see the exact opposite of the situation repeated over here with Canberra scheming on fifth tackle, but they just don't execute the kick. It's been a bit of a repeated theme this game, hasn't it? Raiders, they managed to get themselves into good positions, but they do nothing. Hey, shots. That was that.
It was a great shot there. Now the Raiders go straight on the attack here.
Goes up to Lewis. He pushes himself forward. I think he has gotten there, actually. He pushes himself over. The referee, he's really not too convinced there. It seems that Joey Tribbiani himself wants to take a look at it. And does he get over? He does, and he does place it forward. I think that's going to be the full 4 points to the Raiders. And they are right back in this game.
Yeah, they never really were out the game. They just kept pushing out 2 quick tries on either side of half-time. sees them now looking to convert to make it 12 points all. This game is definitely well and truly alive. The Raiders just won at the left last week. They're going to tie it with more time to go than they had last week. The Sharks have to be careful here because at the moment the Raiders, they're very good at finishing strong, and they've got to make sure, the Sharks have to make sure that they do not finish as strong as they finished last week, because if so, they could be in trouble here for Sharks.
Yeah, no, it's very much yin and yang in terms of how these teams like to finish off their games as we approach into the final 30 minutes of this match of rugby league. I gotta say, if you're the Sharks, this past 20-minute period has been an absolute nightmare for you because you managed to get that one try from MBT, but then you've conceded one and then you've conceded another. If you're looking at the momentum of this game, it rests completely with the Green Machine right now as they receive the ball. So it goes back. It's taken safely by Thompson, who throws it wide to Lewis, who charges up. He takes a good run and he manages to find a hole in there as well. Tim James, he's waiting. He throws an absolute pill to Allen, who manages to set himself up for a run. That's two very good runs there. We've got the marker. He's just not onside in time. So O'Neill, he turns it inside for Berkeley. Doesn't do too much with it. I've got to say, the Sharks might have won that tackle. Nevertheless, it goes to James, who pushes himself forward. Fens one and offloads to O'Neill, but he doesn't quite get it done. As here we see to Flynn, to Berkeley, to Thompson, to Barnes. And Barnes, he just doesn't have enough time to step anyone there. He's been really quiet this game. They go wide. It goes to James, who manages to put the kick in straight down the throat of Michael Crimp, who steps one, gets open, but he's taken down by Barnes out wide. Lachlan, do you think that Eli Barnes is going to find a way in this game?
Oh, I think if this game goes down to the wire like we expect to do, he has to at some point. He's just too good to just not get involved in the entire game. You know, last week he started the same. Barnes, we'll talk about it at halftime. Didn't play that good of a performance. The second half, it just comes out and absolutely annihilates the Newcastle Knights and ends up winning the game for them. I get the feeling if we're going down to the wire here, at some point he's going to get involved, Eli Barnes. He has to.
Yeah, definitely couldn't agree more. It goes to Malkus, fifth tackle, 30 away. It'll be interesting to see how they deal with this as we get to Tyre with a bit of an uninspiring kick, but actually, that chase was inch perfect.
Yeah, look, it wasn't the greatest kick there, but the fact that the chase was there to make the tackle on Morrison there made it look like an absolute brilliant kick there, and now the Raiders are inside their own 30.
Yeah, well, he's put Morrison in an absolutely perfect position there, and he just hasn't done anything with it, which is a bit of an issue. So they turn it back inside for Berkeley, who also doesn't do much. Could be seeing an early kick here. Nope, as we see the ball kind of goes hot potato for a second. And it goes to Jordan Lewis, who manages to make avocados from dust. And it goes to O'Neill, who kicks it back to the corner. And he sends King running, but what's he going to do here? He steps one, but he's taken very confidently by the second rower.
Yeah, another good tackle there. Another good run there by Sinclair.
And the offload. And it goes to Wehrman. Manages to find his front here, but he doesn't quite finish the job. Goes to Matthews, to Malkus, to Kalstakau, who manages to get open as well. I got to say, the Sharks, they've completely switched gear in this set. Ever since they managed to shut down Morrison, it's like they've smelled blood in the water. And it goes wide to Crimp, who steps one, gets through, but he doesn't quite break that last tackle there. Fourth tackle goes to Kalstakau, who throws,
How'd he stay in?
A bit of a dangerous ball. He stayed in. Delaney, against all odds, was out on the wing there, and they managed to get it done as the kick goes through. It's taken by Berkeley. Berkeley's away. He's away. He's still going. He's just taken there. Got to say, it's an absolutely fantastic tackle. Exactly what they needed as Arnold takes it straight up the middle. I thought Arnold could have come away with more there from that run. As it goes to Berkeley taking the hit up. Solid run from Berkeley. Tim James gets ready. Bit of a hospital pass to Allen. He did good to reel that in, but he wasn't going to do anything with it. James fakes one, goes the other way, and it goes to Arnold straight back up the middle. The Raiders, they could be on here. We know what they can do on fifth tackles through their halves. So they go back out to O'Neill, who puts the bomb up. It could be, where's that going? It's off the crossbar, fended by James, and he's over. Lachlan Martin, that's got to be one of the ways to go in front.
Yeah, Tim James, he has a lot of experience of scoring tries off the crossbar. I was most notably doing it in the Season 5, I think it was Grand Final. But right there is a brilliant take there, just in position there from Tim James. And NBT, he tries to get there to make the tackle, but he's just too strong, Tim. And he just fends him off. And the Raiders hit the lead, I should say, for the first time in this game. And the Sharks, they've put the Raiders under pressure with several points in this game. But finally, they're starting to crack after they made a lot of errors in the 20 to 30 minute mark, and it's finally starting to cave in the second half.
Yeah, no, it seems like the game's just kind of swung back into the balance that makes more sense. I'm not entirely sure if the Sharks are going to find a way back in here based on what they've done so far. Obviously, anything can happen at the end of the day, but I'd be fairly disappointed if I was the Sharks. You go ahead 12-0 in quite a pretty fantastic fashion, managed to get some absolute superstar plays out of your fullback, and then it just all comes falling apart.
Yeah, look, when the ball sort of hit the crossbar there was just no one there to support MBT. I know he was the one that missed the tackle, but there was no one really around the ball apart from Tim James, and they just need to play supporting him. There was just no one there, but it was not the energy, there was not the effort there from the Sharks. And at the end of the day, that's what can win you games, although that might be one of the passes of the season right there.
Jeez, I got to say that's absolutely something there. As we see Sinclair with another huge run and an offload. That Sinclair to Wemman combination has been absolutely firing in this second half. It's a shame they haven't capitalized off it yet. So it goes to Matthews, plays the short side to Tyre, who decides to take the line on. Not with much success, but he's keeping the defensive line on their toes. So it goes to Malchus, who throws it wide to Delaney. Once again, Hufto deciding to take onto the line. Doesn't quite yield in much as it goes to Matthews. Matthews runs it up. The hooker gets caught up here, so it looks like Sonny Tyre has gone to that hooking role. As we get back, it goes to Tyre, who puts it back to Delaney, who puts the grubber in, collected by Sinclair. He is in, and this game is on. Jeez, what a performance it's been from Sinclair this half, Lachlan.
Yeah, since we've been in the second row, he's been one of the best players on the whole field, in my opinion. I think in attack, he's just been deadly, and right there, Delaney was a bit flat-footed there, moved forward a bit, saw the gap, and Sinclair just pounced on it. A little bit of a jogger there for a second, but he still gets the try, and Cronulla Sharks, they're not going to go anywhere yet. Off the back of thumping pass from the Raiders, an error, we'll just call it an error for now. The Sharks pick it up, go 50 meters, and they finally pick up the first try of the half of them.
Jeez, I got to say, it's going to be really interesting to see how this game goes from here, because the Sharks, they seem to have this edge in attack at any point where they kind of carry through. I don't know how forward they're going to come with this, though. Are they going to be able to get it figured out where they can hit consistently? But more importantly, are they going to be able to defend as well?
Yeah, look, I have to agree there. I sort of think it's going to depend on how the Sharks go, because I think at the moment, when you have a look at it, it's sort of... It's interesting because I think everyone's still waiting for Jack and Neil and Eli Barnes to get involved in the game, and so far they haven't, which always is going to make the Raiders seem like a threatening, but they're not going to get involved in this game. Which this is the Sharks to lose, I think, at the moment.
I agree completely. I really think this could swing anywhere. As we see Hone King taking the carry, gets back to Usher, who goes to dummy half. Malchus with a short ball to Sinclair. Makes completely sense to get it to the hot hands. Come back to Matthews. Remy, they've been ball playing a lot here, especially to those edge back rowers to try and get them involved. I quite like what they're doing. As we go down to Delaney, who puts in another kick. It's a bit awkwardly placed. I can't say that was going to lead to much, as we see Seymour wrapped up with a 20. Who do you think's going to get it done for the Raiders?
Yeah, look, that kick from the Sharks probably needs to be a little bit deeper there, but for the Raiders, look, usually I'd be leaning towards Eli Barnes or Jack Neal, but I think the biggest threat so far for this game for the Raiders has been Tim James, and I think based off that, I feel like he might be the one that's going to spark something for this Raiders team, as he's been probably their best player out of their big sort of spine players that always are involved. That's another great run by Ruben Mobbs, who's been absolutely exceptional.
There's a good chance we even see Ruben Mobbs break this game open. I think that it's really been the forwards that have been putting Raiders on the front foot because their backs have not fired anywhere near as much as what they used to. As we see an absolute piece of Harlem Globetrotters play. The offload, the long pill, they had everything. Comes back to James. We'll see what they do on fifth tackle. It gets to O'Neill, who doesn't quite get the kick in. Scooped up very well by Remy. 15 minutes to go and 91 minutes to go. Can the Sharks do it? They get to Tyre, who goes to Sinclair. They don't quite get what they want off that play, but nonetheless, they've still got 4 more up their sleeve. It goes to Matthews, to Slattery, who gets an excellent run there, and an offload for his troubles to Remy, who manages to take it further. Talk about a run that absolutely changes a game, Lachlan.
You know, it's one of the best offloads you ever see there from Slattery onto Remy, and Sharks now looking to go forward. They're playing well here for Sharks. Anyone can still win this game, and this is great stuff from them.
So it goes to Usher, who manages to step one. He gets it forward just a bit. 2 tackles left here. So it goes to Sinclair. I don't think it was meant to go there. Nonetheless, goes to Matthews, out to Tua, who takes it up, who offloads up to Tyre again. That's probably not the 5th tackle option they needed. But there's still 80 metres to go for the Raiders. Allen makes a break.
Yeah, look, on that 5th tackle option, that's been, for the most part, close to the line. Tackle options have been rather poor for both teams so far today. There's been a lot of stuff go wrong with 5th tackle. O'Neill hasn't ever got it to work so far. Sonny Tyre's had a couple decent ones, but for the most part has been great. So I feel like it's not going to be 5th tackle option that's going to decide this game at the moment. But that's a great run there by Wally Allen.
Yeah, as he takes another one, it seems that Allen is also stepping up big time for the Raiders as it goes to Flynn. Flynn, can he get over? No, he's just taken by the outside man there for the Sharks. I got to say, Riley Flynn's been a real danger man as well. As they send this to video ref, they think there might be something here. But no, it doesn't look like it to me. I think Usher's made that tackle fair and clean.
Yeah, look, MBT got his hands around him with the help from Usher. That was a great tackle there by the Sharks. And once again, the Raiders go back on the attack.
To Allen. The pass back goes to Garcia. I don't think it was meant to, but he gets the kick away. King, 40, 50, 40. How far does he have to go? 30, 20, 10. He could be there. Goodbye. What an absolute run from Hone King. He's pulled that out of absolutely nowhere. The butchered 5th tackle play. And just, I got to say, we talk about absolute brilliance. What a way to establish yourself, Lachlan.
Yeah, Hone King, he's been dangerous all day, breaking the line, finding space, and right there, he's just showed us what he can do. There's still 11 minutes to go, plenty can happen, but I don't think in a books there, was that kick taken from in the end goal? That grubber kick?
I think it was.
That might be, I don't think the record book out there, but that might be a record for the longest range try I've had in the SRL. I'd have to get someone to correct that for me, but I don't know if you'd find many like that, off the grubber kick at least.
Just an absolutely special piece of play, wasn't it? You just see Hone King taking it off, probably behind the back fence. He had to climb the fence to get into the stadium from where he returned the kick. It was just an absolutely exceptional piece of play and a complete game changer with the 10 minutes to go. Honestly, that Cronulla look like they can do it here.
Yeah, look, it'd be a massive upset in the SRL world, and at the moment, the Sharks, they're playing really well. But we can't count out the Raiders yet. We know they have Eli Barnes and Jack O'Neill and Luke Thompson and Tim James, the best spine in the comp. If they can all click tonight, which I don't think, other than Tim James, I don't think the other 3 have really clicked at all, then anything can happen. But at the moment, the Sharks are in the lead with 9.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, I agree, honestly. I've been really disappointed with how the Raiders spine has worked as we see something else going wrong for the Raiders. They managed to give away the 6 tackle set as Matthews fends one as well, and they go straight back down the short side to Slattery. Talk about a statement of intent there.
Yeah, that's disappointing there from the Raiders to concede that. But now 6 again, and the Sharks go straight on the attack here.
Goes to Calcicow, who pushes forward. Oof, it's going to be dangerous here to see what they can do. Matthews plays it short, and they go back to the inside to Tua. Tua. Does he get there? Does he get there? The ref wants to see. I couldn't see.
I think it's going to be a no try, but it's close, but no. Jordan Lewis keeps it up the entire time, but the Raiders, they're under the pump if they cannot concede again. I think another try for the Sharks would confirm their victory here.
Yeah, exactly. To put them in front of just a bit of a thing that'd be hard to catch up to. Anyways, they play it safe. They go to Calcicow for the hit up. We're going to have to see what they decide here. They quickly change shape before the play. Delaney puts it up. He puts up a bomb. Oh, this doesn't look good. Oh, but it goes to Matthews nonetheless. Pushing. Matthews. Oh, he's over, but he just close but no cigar there. He just doesn't quite get it done. What do you think? What do you think's going to happen from here?
Yeah, look, the Raiders, they're still in it. They've got to find something, though. It's got to be Eli Barnes. I say that he gets involved here. But again, he's just wrapped up. The Sharks have done their homework. They continually have been wrapping him up today, and he's had a very good... They've had a very good defensive performance on him. Something that could break the game, and as Ryder Flynn's been very dangerous at some points today. Maybe he could be the man to find something for the Canberra Raiders.
It could definitely happen, as Barnes kind of seems to pass it up to go to Luke Thompson as if he doesn't want to take the game on, which is, it's not something we frequently see from him. It goes from Lewis, who goes out wide to Garcia. Even Lewis taking on some ball-playing roles now, just trying to show his team some spark, just anything, as he kicks it. And it's a pretty decent kick too, as it gets to Broughton Thompson, who goes forward, steps one. Oh, he was nearly away there, Lachlan.
Yeah, he was. I actually thought for a second he was going to sprint away and do a Barnes against Barnes, but he gets wrapped up there. 5 minutes to go. It's going to be... I think the next set is going to be crucial for the Raiders. They have to put themselves in a good position to score the next set or score that set, because time is ticking out, and that's another great run there from Broughton Thompson.
Jeez, he is absolutely turning it up to a 10 out of 10 performance when he needs to, Broughton Thompson. So they go out back, they throw a huge risky pass there to Tua. Not sure if that's the kind of pass you throw when you're only one try ahead, but they're playing with confidence. So it goes to Matthews, to Delaney, throws it inside to Calcicow, who takes another run, just drives forward. He's taken a lot of them hit-ups, Calcicow. He's done a good job. To Delaney, who kicks it. They've put it right in the corner, and if that's not the story of the game so far, I don't know what is. Perfect tackle.
Yeah, they've been absolutely great in those kick return areas. Cronulla just keeping them down there. Against this Raiders unit, which you know how dangerous they can be. 3.5 minutes to go, but they find something. It might be Mobbs. He's probably been the Raiders' best player today alongside Tim James. So we'll have to see how this goes. That's what we need, Barnes. That's what we need from him.
Oh, he nearly got there, but that was fantastic from Hone King. He just switched his assignment immediately and went on to Barnes. He knew that he was the danger man. Because they've got them wrapped here. They're 40 metres out. It's going to be hard for them to come up with something. So they play it back, and it goes to O'Neill, who puts it right into the back corner where Crimp is. He doesn't get enough depth on that, and Crimp's away. Doesn't manage to step the last player, though. I got to say, for all his faults in attacking football, Eli Barnes has done a great job defensively at wrapping guys up. He just needs to show that spark on both sides of the ball. So we go to Remy, taking the hit up. It's for Matthews, takes it up to Calcicow for another line break. How do you stop Calcicow?
Oh, he's been so great today. Another great play in this forward pack for the Sharks. In my opinion, he's really stood up today. You know, there's been plays at the back, the flash plays, and between stuff to their job, but I think it doesn't happen without some of the work of some of these forwards. You know, Sinclair, Marcus, Calcicow, Remy, just to name a couple that, you know, without them, I don't think this performance would have happened as...
Allen!
Hold the phone!
Allen's away! He's still going!
40 seconds.
Oh, this could be huge. To James, to O'Neill, to Caval, who takes it forward. He breaks through, he gets through. Oh! What have you done?
Caval, what were you doing, mate?
Rahul Caval. With that, he has thrown away not just the rugby league football, but the game for the Raiders.
We might have to get someone on to check his HIA, because he just collapsed.
Check this man's sports bet account.
Oh, what? Caval, he was in the centers to golden point, and he just
Right under the
throws it
sticks.
away.
Oh, that is... Let me catch a breath there, Lachlan. What a game. What a finish.
Oh, I thought Wally Allen at the end broke about 5 tackles.
I have never seen anything like that.
He just kept going and going. And
that is...
Caval, I thought he was in for all money. Then he goes to golden point, and he just drops the ball.
It's one of the all-time butchers. It's one of the all-time butchers of a try.
And I guess, it's interesting because I guess the Sharks probably deserve to win that one. So they do win it, but oh my god, that was Caval. All he had to do was place it down. But yeah, I guess it's time we look at some of his stats, and oh my god,
Allen, no surprise. Absolutely no surprise. 8 line breaks. That's got to be a record. Yeah. That's got to be a record for a second rower.
Oh, that was just...
Yeah, we spent all this time talking about how Ruben Mobbs was breaking the game open for them. It didn't even click for us just what Allen was doing.
I know, Wally Allen was absolutely exceptional. I want to talk about something. We talked about Barnes not having a performance. Still ran for 135 metres and made 18 tackles without a miss. That's still a handy performance there from him.
The tackles is huge, but he's running for less than 10 metres a run there, which is very unlike Eli Barnes.
That's true. That's true.
3 line breaks as well to get kind of same amount of line breaks as Alan Berkeley, who played for 28 minutes. It's definitely going to be one he wants to forget, especially considering the amount of key points he could have kind of brought his team back into it. Some performances I want to note. Tim James there, 29 tackles with no misses, 1 try. I thought he did really well.
I think for me, he's the best player on I know Wally Allen played incredible, but he still missed 3 tackles. I think Tim James for me is probably the best player on this Raiders team.
Yep.
But that doesn't go without saying that Wally Allen also played exceptional, and Ruben Mobbs did, I thought, too.
Agree completely. I think Slugger was someone who disappointed as well. 7 runs for 53 metres. We generally see, if you look at the other wingers in both the teams, Morrison had 7 for 88, but even he I thought was quite disappointing, or at the very least,
I thought both
didn't play to his potential.
I thought both wingers for the Raiders were quite disappointing overall. They could have been a lot better, but it is what it is in the end. And even the centers, gosh, they're missing 4 tackles is something they'd want to fix up in the future.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And anyways, as we move on... Riley Flynn, 2 tackles for 6 misses is something else they also want to fix. 10 missed tackles between their centers is not great.
That is quite particularly horrible, actually, from Flynn. But I will point out, Flynn had more attacking... he was more dangerous on the attacking side of the ball than both of the wingers were, which is probably something that's even bigger of a concern, because how often do you see your centre being one of your most dangerous... Well, I'm pretty sure outside of the fullback.
Outside backs.
Yeah.
You don't usually see the centre be the most dangerous. You usually see your wingers or kick returns be the dangerous.
Yep.
Flynn, he played very well today. Just in at least attack he did. Defense, that's another issue. We'll have to sort out for him. He's only a rookie. Let's give him a break here.
Maybe getting him out of the centres. Get him out of the centres somewhere.
The trouble is he's a fullback though, so we can't play on the wing.
No upgrades. He's not capable. Hasn't trained in the wing.
Yeah, he can't. He unfortunately can't play on the wing. I mean, we'll see how we go there. But in the SRL at least, I don't know if we'll be seeing him be named on the wing anytime soon. But let's take a look at the Sharks down here. We've spent too long talking about them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hone King.
What a player.
Wow. I thought MBT had a pretty good game. He managed to crack 10 metres a run. I thought that it was more a few of his bigger moments as opposed to the continuous, consistent efforts, as opposed to Hone King, who touched the ball 8 times and came back with 5 line breaks and a try.
Yeah, he was.
You can't.
My man of the match.
You can't ask for more.
Yeah, he was my man of the match. I think another couple of guys I think Ascal was good in attack, but 6 missed tackles is something that the Raiders should be concerned about for a second rower.
Agree.
But in attack, he was good.
Speaking of defensive wingers, though, look at Thomas Usher. Defensive centres. Thomas Usher, 14 tackles for 3 misses, and the majority of those were all the ones that were locking up Slugger at the other end. And I think that those continuous small efforts are actually what won the Sharks the game today.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, he definitely areas to improve, but he's only a rookie, and to get in there and make that many tackles as a centre is something that should not be overlooked there. And that was great work there from us, in my opinion.
Couldn't agree more.
You know, bad thoughts for today, Liam.
Yeah, no, absolutely fantastic game. It was an absolute privilege to commentate that with you after the movie.
Couldn't agree more, and I think we will see you guys next time.
Cheers.